Hello, guys. All right, today would love to introduce myself properly. I know a lot of people will have been asking, who is this guy? Who is this person behind the scene? And sometimes I show my face, and I don't show my face. But I want to introduce myself properly, and now I got into the shoemaking world. This is my story, my shoemaking journey, and I'll talk about some other aspects of my life later on. But let me talk about the story of how I started shoemaking. Now, shoemaking has never been something that I ever dreamt of doing in my life, but that's the truth. Because you know that some people say that they've been making shoes since when they were in an infant, but for me, that wasn't the case. Once again, my name is Akewande Elijah. I'm based in Lagos and I'm a Nigerian. Now, listen to this. I started shoemaking in the year 2010, and shoemaking was never something that I ever dreamt that I will do one day, or a craft that I'm going to do one day. All I knew that was that I never saw myself in the corporate world. I've always told my parents that I know my vision and I know my call. Now, for those of you that do not know, I'm privileged to be a minister of God in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and I pastor a youth church. But I don't use that as the yardstick of my business, because I've heard of scammers that call themselves pastors. But I just believe that scripture says that by their fruits ye shall know them. So that's just on side note for you to know. So I knew that I knew my call, and I wanted to do the will of God and to achieve God's purpose for my life. That was the center of my life. So but the truth is, during around 2010, for those of you that really know, shoemaking wasn't the in thing, just like the way it is right now. It wasn't the in thing at all. Shoemaking is not a craft as at then that was desirable. A lot of people do want to go into shoemaking. As a matter of fact, in Nigeria, so then shoemakers majorly are regarded as paupers. I think there's a song that somebody sang recently. I'm not good with the secular song, but the person said, "Shoemaker, way it takes save my name, you're not really bad." So it was trying to, paint a picture that shoemaker are people that are nobodies, that paupers, especially in the context of our country. So I never dreamt of going to shoemaking at all. But let me share this with you. I schooled in Ogun State, Nigeria, and I was I was studying there, and I was doing my ND, that's my ND, my national diploma there. So I stumbled on this guy who is a local shoemaker over there. He makes slides, slippers, and sandals. So I got attracted to what he was doing because naturally, my natural gift is I love to paint, and I also love to talk. I love to talk about impactful things. I know I'm gifted by the grace of God with talking as in meaningful things. So in that area of my ministry and counseling. But I love to sketch. I love to do things with my hands. So I saw this guy, this local guy, and I love what he was doing with his hand. I'm like, wow, bro, I would like to learn this. Now, this was during my ND. I didn't, when I said it, I wasn't serious about it. So I just decided to, okay, I'd love to learn this, if you don't mind. And the guy told me then that, okay, if you want to learn, go and bring 10,000 naira, sincerely, 10,000 naira. So then that was at 2010. So I told him, as a student, I was like broke as hell then. I said, I don't have 10,000 naira. If I give you 5,000, I want you to collect. And we joke off it. I didn't mean it as at then. I didn't mean it at all. Well, long story short, I went home, that's to Lagos, to my parents, for a short holiday. Then I'll be mixing a lot of things together so you know my life, and I'm not shy of my status. Then I wasn't born again. I wasn't a born again child of God. And so for those of you that feel that maybe I got it all right from the beginning, it's a big lie. I wasn't a born again child of God then. And but thank God for parents who are always praying for their children. My parents were always praying for me. I was like the black sheep of the family because I was very stubborn, and I was already tilting towards being notorious. But I think the mercy of God just found me. And someone may be asking, why am I sharing this? I guess I'm just sharing this to encourage somebody and to let someone know that God is not done with you. He isn't done with you at all. So I came home and, chilling with my friend. I can't forget that very day. There's this popular secular artist called Da Green. I'm sure the millennials will know who Da Green is. Moleno big, I can remember, you know. So, and he was one of the big fans then. I mean, I was one of his big fans then. We rap his song. We just chill. So I was chill with my guy. That was the very day that Dagrin died. I was to go back to school, and my dad was, we're having some issues, father and son issues then. So he delayed my going back to school. So on that very day, I was going back to school. I was expecting a particular amount of money from him to give me to get back to school. I'm sure you know student life now. But lo and behold, this man gave me, that's my dad, gave me 3,000 naira to go back to school. When I saw 3,000, I'm like, what? I was very angry. I mean, very angry. Seriously. So I was like, what kind of a thing is this? But as at then, in Lagos, for those of us in Lagos, Nigeria, things were still a bit cheaper then. You can go to Ogun State with 500 naira, 400 naira as at then. So the total amount to get me to school was going to be 800 naira to get me to school, total amount. So 2,200 naira was my feeding money, my pocket money during the school. And let me kid you not, that 1,200 naira will not even be more than maybe 1 week or 2 weeks. That's if I manage extremely, the way we're living our life then. So I was angry with my dad. I was like, if I had something doing, would this man be, doing all this kind of thing to me? So I now remember this, and that's when I remember that there's this guy I met in school, in the campus environment that was into shoemaking. I'll go and learn it, Then I was just doing like, okay, I want you to show this man that I can take care of myself without him, But now I begin to understand the scripture says that all things work together for good to them that love God and those who are called according to his purpose. Sincerely, even though I wasn't born again then, God still had me in mind. Look at that. I was still, God, that's why I don't write anybody off. I wasn't born again, but God still had me in mind. I later understood all this when I got born again because look at that. I was just thinking of, let me use this to just let man know that I can take care of myself and I can give me 3,000 naira to school. Now I'm a father. I know what it means to earn money. And I really appreciate my dad. He really paid a great price. I so much love him. What a wonderful man. He really tried for us. So I got back to school with the notion of thank for my mom. Also, my mom had already prepared a food store, taking food stuff back to school. The way I'm sure every Nigerian can relate. You have to take your food store, gari, beans, rice, anything you can take. So mothers will always prepare all those things down. So my mom already prepared all those things down for me, and so I took 2,000 that money to school. So I got to school with 2,200 naira. So something came into me. If I had something that I'm doing, I need to earn money. Will this man do this to me? So I just remember that guy that I spoke to before I left for home. Then I went to meet him, and I said, "Sir, I want to learn this work." And the guy thought to God looking at me, "What? This is local work. This is the work that." Then I said, I kid you not, you won't see students doing handwork then. Students, now that students are on campus doing handwork, everybody's coming to learn, graduates are coming to learn. I've trained graduates, I've trained people with masters by the grace of God. And this thing I did it with shame, as in, it was something that was shameful then. To learn a craft then in Nigeria was shameful. But I had to do it. I don't know, I was just doing it. And I went to meet him, I want to learn, it was like, what? Are you serious? Okay, no problem. So I paid him 2,000 naira. I paid him 2,000 naira. I was left with 200 naira, not knowing how I was going to live my life. Seriously. I just I have friends in school, we'll rugged ourselves, we'll be rugged in it, and I'll be going to school. So I paid. Do you know that when I finished paying that money, it was as if the jazz that they use on me cleared off. I think the jazz they use cleared off. So I then I had a girlfriend, and she came to meet me, and when she heard, my friends, everybody was like, "Oh, do you know what you're doing? Shoemaker. We can't be that one. This, that." That's what I want to do. So my friend came around, and I think she heard the news that your boyfriend is learning shoemaking. She was a very beautiful girl in school then. So she came to meet me, and she was like, "What's going on?" So saying to my language, "Can you go nonsense? What is shoemaking?" And I don't know where everything just came from. I just told her, if you know you're no longer interested again, you can leave. Wow. And this was someone that everybody, she was the vice president of our faculty. She's a very beautiful lady. Everybody, she's someone that I cherish then, you know. And I don't know what happened to her. She just dawned on her that later on that, oh, this guy was making a good move for his life. I didn't get married to her at the end of the day. So in case you want to know if I got married to her and get married to her, I'm married to my beautiful, lovely wife right now. And we have wonderful kids, you know. So I just continue with it. Can I be sincere with you? It wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy at all. And thank God that it was even close to, I think I was done with my ND then. So I was supposed to go home, go for my IT. But you know that I didn't go home. I stayed back in school for about 6 months because of this craft that I was learning. So I rugged my friends who knew we finished school together. They already left. A lot of them left. Are you not going home? I like, oh, don't worry, I'll join you guys. I'll come home. My parents didn't know. So I kept on learning the craft, before I knew it, I started making slippers. And I started selling, started making slippers for students, 500 naira, 700 naira slippers, sincerely. And I started taking repairs. So those little jobs were giving me stipends to take care of myself because things were hard. When I mean hard, and I mean crazily hard, sincerely. But I kept doing it like that. So after I knew that no, I could not continue like that, I knew I had to go back home because hey, hunger day, I need to get back home. I'm done with I need to go for my IT because I was already spending 6 months, I need to go for my IT. I mean, go and also further my studies. So I came back home. Guess what? This is this is it. You need to pay attention to this. When I came home, when my mom saw I went to show my mom. My mom has always been a fan. I thank God for her. God bless her memories. My mom was the one that inspired me to go learn a craft. My mom would say that in my language, I'll interpret it for those of you that don't understand Yoruba. It said, Tele Yoruba lo, ele ya lo. That means if you do not get a job through your career, you can also create a job for yourself through your handwork. So she was always a fan that I want you guys to learn work, you guys to learn handwork. But my dad never supported handwork at all. Now, I don't blame him. Now I don't really blame him. No, because my dad is also someone that had a craft, but because seeing the doctors, seeing going out and seeing lawyers, children of people who are engineers, people who are doing well in one corporate world, and so the normal Nigerian parents now, everybody want their children to be doing something that they'll be saying, oh, that my child is the MD of this place, my child. But so my mom came to meet me one day and said, "Are you not going to look for work?" And I told her, I said, "Mom, I've never seen myself in an office before." Wow. She was like, Magic Baba Egbo, meaning that don't allow your father to hear. I don't know if my dad is going to see this video, but I'm sure he will be grateful to God for now, and I really thank him also. So, and I said no. So I had to, but I had to just like, what are you going to do? I said, I want to focus on my work. Okay, no problem. So but then I only make slippers and slide because that's what I was taught in August State. So during my IT period, guess what? Where I went to do my IT, I went to look for a place where they're making shoes because I saw that they're making shoes, and I'm like, wow. When I came to Lagos, wow, how did they make these shoes? Wow. So I saw someone. My elder sister saw someone, such a wonderful lady. She wasn't like, Elijah, I saw someone that makes shoes around the area. We were going to learn from there. Okay. And I told my mom, I was like, okay, no problem. My dad doesn't even want to get involved at all. All this one people are saying, it doesn't concern him at all. I'm sure you have that kind of father or mother. So my mom said, okay, go there and go and check. The man made his charges. And that's how I resumed there during my IT period. I did I spent about a year plus there because, IT is always 1 year. So, but I started schooling in Lagos. So I went to Lagos City Polytechnic to complete my HND. So since I was in Lagos, I can still be, excuse me, I can still be going to school and also learning my craft. So I was, juggling the two together a bit, I spent about 1 year plus, with my almost going to 2 years with my boss. And after when I was done with my studies, that's how I went to just cut the long story short, not to bore you much. I went further and I went to serve. Coming during my service year, do you know that this was what helped me during my service year? Do you know that most times I get jobs? I went to different banks, Fidelity, I went to meet their staffs there, and I make shoes. I get some jobs, little jobs. And from there, I started getting better in my craft. If you want to know more about my story, you have to go through my Facebook channel and see most of my my slippers and my sandals and my shoes that I made. When I see those shoes now, my God, I laugh at myself like, what? Did I really make this kind of a shoe? And the scripture says, despise not the days of little beginning. No, seriously, I encourage you out there. You're learning a craft, and now it looks as if you're not yet good. Let me tell you, practice make perfect. So far, you continue doing that thing, you get better and better. And believe me, I continued with my stuff, and I got better with what I was doing. I finished my service here. I came back home. I think okay, that was when my mom was asking me that won't I go look for a job. I told her that I've not seen myself working in an office, and my dad was just looking at me with one eye. Say, let's see what's going to happen. And I was very persistent what I what I wanted. My mom got a machine for me. That's a manual sewing machine. That's the manual one that these fashion designer that we locally call tailors use. They got it. And she got it for me. God, my mom is my number one, my number one fan. It's just so painful that she passed on in 2024, and it's so painful. But give glory to God for that. And for the time she spent, she lived a very impactful life in a lot of lives, and I'm so grateful to God that I came through her. And my dad, began to understand that. Oh, okay, this is what this boy wants. He started supporting in one way, a little way or the other, even though it was not really in full support at then. But as time goes on, do you know that my dad is one of my customers now? Clap for me, yeah! And he has brought customers for me, and he has brought customers for me, encouraging and also supporting now. Can you see how life is? You see, you are the one that know where you are going to. And then people will ask that how am I doing ministry and business together? I remember then I was privileged to minister somewhere, and I was invited to that place. And that was I think that was my first ministration outside. I mean, as a young man from the outside the local church that I was attending. The name of the church is RCCG and God said. That's the name of the parish. And God said. RCCG and God said. And after I went there, when something happened there, I'll not be able to share that year. Something happened there. When I was coming back, I was privileged to have somebody pick me up. I mean, drive me down to my bus. I didn't have a car then, no, but someone just drive me down. But when I got there in the morning, I got to the bus stop. I didn't know where the church was located, so I had to call. So they told me that, okay, I should wait, I should hold on, that someone will come pick me at the bus stop. So when the person came to pick me up with a van. That's what we popularly call Danfo in Lagos. So that's the commercial bus. And I was like, and I entered and I got to the church. I finished ministering, and to the glory of God, God took the glory that day. And they told me that there's this man there that brought one beautiful car. They said the man should please be the one to drop me. They didn't drop me. They didn't drive me down with the commercial bus. If I share the story with you guys, that one is not, you guys don't need to know that. So that's the ministerial story. So, and when I was in the car, I heard the voice of Spirit of God speak to me. Now you might not believe that God speaks to people. God speaks to people. And the Spirit of God told me that, do I notice that a commercial bus came to pick me up in the morning? And I said, yes. He said, that stands for your business. And he said, do you know where you are right now currently? I said, in a car. That's a private car. He said, that stands for your ministry. That's when I knew that I will have to start business first, and ministry will come along the way. So I started my business first, and now to the glory of God, I pastor a youth church, RCCG, Power and Glory Young Adult and Youth Church. So you can see how God works. And to the glory of God, God has been faithful. So I just thought of sharing this story to encourage somebody because I believe that I'm not yet where I really want to be, but I'm no longer where I used to be. Life has changed, things have improved. Through this job, I got married. Through this job, done some little things, to the glory of God. This job, life has improved. And shoemaking now is not a craft that a lot of people desire, You see people flaunting a lot of, And I know there was a time I told someone, I said that shoemaking one day is going to be a big business that, I didn't know that this was going to become something of this today. And I want to thank God for God giving me the grace. So guys, I want to encourage you. If you are there and you're struggling right now, keep up with it. Do you know there was a time whereby I was, oh my God, I share you the story of the business itself. Do you know there was a time, the first outlet I got, let me share this with you. The first outlet I got when I was renting, because I was working in my dad's compound, that's my dad's house. My dad chased me out of the house as I was disturbing him. I should go and get a place out there. So my mom was the one that like, okay, you have to go and get a shop. So, oh my God, that woman sacrificed everything for our children. Do you know that she was the one that brought out 135,000 naira that I went to use to rent a shop? But guess what happened? The shop that we rented was a place whereby the property has been sold and we did not know. Lagos landlords and agents. We never knew that the agent knew. We never knew. As I want to advise you, I'm sure some of you have had this kind of experience. It was such a bitter experience. I was crying, A lot of things happened. And these people were not remorseful. They didn't know the property, they didn't even care. I was just a young man. I think I was still in my early 20s then, or my mid 20s, yes. So, and, I was just bitter with like, what kind of things? I'm just starting my life and what kind of things happening to me. So, my mom said, that is like what I need to. So I stayed there. But thank God, I didn't back up. I stayed there for 1 year. And after 1 year, they sent us out of the place. And the Spirit of God brought somebody close to my outlet. I don't know I'm sharing this story. I just believe that somebody is going to receive the story and the person's life will change. During that period of me staying in that place, the person who came to sell something beside her, the woman, just a local woman, came to sell right because that place was already an abandoned place. There are a lot of shops there, but shops, they've moved because a lot of them, they're already breaking the place on our heads, but I was still there. I said, I'm going to stay here till my rent get expired. And I've paid for the shop rent, I paid for agreement. So looking for a place, where do I want to start from? And business was not booming then, So I started saving money, saving this, And by the grace of God, I was able to save up. So somebody saw a place. This woman that came around to that stayed there, he saw a place and said, bro, I saw this place, so if you don't mind, maybe you should go and rent that place. So when I said, okay, let me go check the place. When I got to the place to check up the place, my God, I think I need to post a picture of that place for you guys to see if I'm able to post the picture. Oh my God, I was so ashamed. This place was an abandoned place that they started using for refuse dump. As in, I'm literally telling you, it was so, the shop doesn't have a roof. It doesn't have, it's abandoned. Nobody's there. It has been abandoned. I don't know for how long, but it has been abandoned. The person that used the place is place, oh my God, I can't describe. And I was so embarrassed. I said can this woman see me and come tell me to come and rent this kind of a place? So me saying it in my mind, I felt so bad. So I went to meet my mom. That I imagine, there's a place that this woman, somebody showed me, and this is that. I was so angry. I said, let me go and check the place. So on getting there, because I heard the word of God, the Spirit of God told me, because I had to pray. Because the first place I got, because then I was already born again. I got born again January 15, 2011. So I was already born again. I learned my craft, remember, 2010. And I got born again 2011. So I went back for my HND as a born again child of God. And life began to get better as a child of God. So the first one, I remembered I heard the word, all that glitters is not gold. But I ignored that word. And I suffered the consequences. So whenever we disobey the voice of the Spirit of God, we suffer the consequences. I remembered. But I saw it because Because the shop was located in a very good place. So I felt, oh, I never knew. I suffered for that place for 1 year. So this place was looking like, man. And the Spirit of God said, take it. What? Take what? I was like, okay, okay. Only if my mom said no, if my mom should say no, then I'm not taking the place. I don't go to the place. And literally, this place was an abandoned place. Was a place that I said, take it now. What can money? What can money repair? Whoa! What can money repair? Like she wants to give me. Like she wants to give me money. Literally, my mom did not give me any money. See, my mom will push you to the place whereby you achieve destiny. She's not afraid of any amount of money. It's not that maybe she's a multi-billionaire or whatever. She's not afraid of any amount. She believes that no matter the amount of money, she's a successful businesswoman and she did well in business, even though she wasn't educated. You know, she did well in her business. So that's one of the encouragement that I do have. That if my mom could do well in business and succeed, as someone that have the level of education that I have, then I can do far extremely better than that. So she told me I should go ahead. Beloved brothers and sisters, or friends. Sorry, I'm using beloved brothers and sisters because I'm used to that already as a pastor. So, friends, okay, guys, I took the place. You know, can I tell you something? I got the place 2017. This is 2025. I can tell you that is a place that changed my life. Oh my God, I've really been blessed through that place, that particular outlet. That is the place I got another outlet. We opened another branch. That is the place I got so many things for myself personally. That is the place whereby from there, that same year, I got married. As God began to elevate me, God began to, I'm not yet there, sincerely, but I can thank God that I'm no longer where I used to be. So you can see my journey. And right now, we thank God for where we are. We believe that things are going to get better than this, but we thank God for where we are. So at the long run, I ventured into the sales of machines and equipment. And by the grace of God, God has really been faithful. So I'm encouraging you, you're watching this video, if you are watching to this time, that you can stay to this time, your life will not end in an ordinary way. You will fulfill destiny. Even if you came from a poor home, listen, things can still turn around for you. You can be the one that God will use to change your family for good. Don't give up. Don't give up. There's a slang they say in my place, say anybody will give up, now you mess up. I'm sure you know what I mean. So don't give up at all. Keep going. You will get there. There are times whereby I've almost given up on shoemaking. See, don't let anybody bamboozle you. There are challenges. There are times whereby I didn't know what to do. I felt that the whole world was crumbling on me. Because all these things I share within these few minutes or so, let me tell you, these are pains that sometimes I could not sleep in the night, crying. When I was chased out of the place, I was God. How am I going to start my life as a young man? Life was difficult. And thank you for the parent I have. They don't see you. They allow you to face your life. But they were training us. They were building us up. To the glory of God, my dad has been supportive. My mom supported me to the core. Now, you see this machine that you're seeing here? The first machine I got, industrial machine I got, I'm most supported to be a part of it. She was my push. She was my greatest criticism. She criticized if I should do nonsense. Look at the shoes that we're giving glory to God for, that we're doing, make it today, making beautiful shoes today. We're making a lot of shoes with shoes outside the country, to different nations of the world and even continents. But if my mom should see any stain in my work, see the work, she will criticize. She gets to my outlet, she's like, how can your place be look like this? How can this one? Meanwhile, she was pushing me. I never knew that she was going to go last year. Oh my God, I miss her almost every day of my life. Dear brother, my friend, guys, ladies, because a lot of ladies are into this craft now, so shoemaking is not just a craft for guys. Also, the love ladies doing well. Can mention a lot of names. Shout out to Jody. Jody, if you're watching this, shout out to you. I see them doing well. Victoria, there's a lady called Victoria. She's doing extremely well too. Lovely. So you can. I have one of my students. Her name is Eunice. You can check out Unique Leather Works. She's doing extremely well. Thank God. She was in my place for about 4 years, learning, and she came. Oh my God! If you see her now, she's the boss of her own. So I'm sharing my story just to uplift somebody, and I believe that this story has really touched you. So guys, if this story has really touched you, please do not forget to subscribe, like, share. Let somebody watch this video, not because I want you to become popular. That's what I'm doing. No, I believe I'm sent on an assignment in the shoemaking world to impact life. That's my belief. I came to the shoemaking world for an assignment, and that's why every student that learn under me, I always tell them, you cannot meet me and go the same way. I say this with all sense of humility. It's not possible. When you meet me, when you have some time with me, by the grace and the mercy of God, your life will shift. Silver and gold I have none, but such as I have, I give unto you. So I want to use the opportunity to also share with you that I run a shoemaking class. I have a physical outlet. I run a shoemaking class, and also run online training for those of you that are far outside the country. Or you want to travel down to Nigeria, you're also welcome, and definitely will provide an accommodation for you. So I just believe that our life can get better. You don't need to do fraud to become great. No, God can open your eyes to do a lot of things. You don't need to go into prostitution. You don't need to defraud people to get to the place. You can't even get to that place. Now, I will have shared some stories. I'm not here to mock anybody. During the time of my training, when I was still learning, there were friends of mine who were laughing at me then. I remember them was in school. Maybe some of them have seen this video. Now, these were good friends. They're not bad friends. They call me shoemaker. Sometimes I'll be shy. Sometimes I'll be, I'll be ashamed. But later on, I like, come on, it doesn't mean, But now today, now we have a lot of people who are proud to be shoemakers. Everybody's flaunting it. Shoemaker in the Badon, shoemaker in the East, shoemaker in the West. I'm the best shoemaker in the world. I'm the this, I'm the that. There was a time whereby nobody wanted to associate themselves with this kind of craft. But today, shoemaking has become a wonderful business in Nigeria and also in other African countries. And look at it. I just want to say this to somebody. You will end well. By the grace of God. In case your parents, you feel that your parents didn't do well, you do far better than them. But let me tell you, your parents did the best they could. Your parents tried. Now, I'm not saying that they're not irresponsible parents, but there's somebody that your parents tried. They gave you what they could afford. So you take life up. Stand up. Wake up. Life is not a bed of roses. Since I got married and I have my own children, I began to know that my parents really, really tried. They really tried for me. So for you that feel that your parents didn't try, please change your mindset. And so far you're an adult, you're responsible for every decision that you make. You're watching this video now. Let me tell you this. This video will help you to either say, oh, I'm going to go up, I'm going to stand up, or get up rather, and do what I need to do. I'm going to face the challenges or later on you remember this video and say, if I had known, I should have listened to that young man that spoke through his channel. I'll be wrapping up this video right now and I'll be going. But I'll be love for other videos coming up. So I want you guys to stay tuned to my channel. The shoemaking world is a very beautiful world, but I'm going to be reaching out to even those who are not shoemakers. It's going to be an inspirational channel. So you'll be seeing a lot of videos on shoemaking and you'll be seeing a lot of inspirational videos like this, just to inspire somebody. Once again, I'm Akiwande Elijah, and I'm a shoemaker and a minister of the gospel of Christ. So if you have not given your life to Christ, I encourage you to surrender your life to Jesus, because He's the Lord and personal Savior of your soul, and it will transform you for good. Thank you for watching this video. Till I come your way again next time. God bless you.